welcome to the 110th installment of Em Alejandro, your number one place for sports, cars, video games, fitness. If you're a man, you're here. Mr. Alejandro, about to tell him?
What you about to tell him, Alejandro?
The 2015 NCAA Men's Basketball Tournament, aka March Madness, is officially underway. And the Kentucky Wildcats are pursuing an undefeated season.
Perfect.
Can they accomplish history? And if not, who's gonna stop them?
Yeah.
I cover these tough topics in the Tell 'em Zone.
Tell him, Alejandro.
PA drinkers, 2015 Men's NCAA Basketball Tournament is officially here, baby. If you don't know what's going on, I'm about to put you on. First things first, it's not called that long title I just gave it. It's called March Madness. So get your lingo up. This is how the tournament works. You have 68 teams, okay? They're all divided into 4 different regions. Now, the first 8 teams will compete against one another, and after that, 4 teams will be remaining. Then you have a total of 64 teams. Then it gets cut down from 64 to 32, because all the teams will play against one another. After that, the 32 teams get cut down to the Sweet 16. The Sweet 16 gets cut down to the Elite 8. The Elite 8 gets cut down to the Final 4. The Final 4 gets cut down to 2 final teams who will eventually play in the national championship game. Now, the NCAA does set up the matchups, and yes, they are pretty much kind of setting it up where they want specific teams playing against one another, and I don't blame them. It's better for my eyes. It makes for more entertaining basketball games when you have games with storylines. For example, in the NBA, if you have LeBron James going back to South Beach to play against the Miami Heat, there's a storyline. That's a team he used to play for and he won a championship with. So it makes it sexy for me, the viewer, to see entertaining storylines. All these games are single game eliminations, which makes for nothing but exciting basketball throughout the entire tournament. Win or go home, baby. I love it. And also, this is such a big phenomenon because plenty of viewers like to make their own bracket. They like to put on a paper their own tournament, how they predict things will play, and they like to, of course, gamble. Try and get their bread up. Try and make some bands. I don't blame them, man. So now that we got all that sexiness out the way, let's talk about the Kentucky Wildcats. This team is currently 31-0, and they are entering the tournament undefeated throughout the regular season. Now, they are also trying to become the first team since the 76 Indiana team to go undefeated in the regular season and in March Madness and win the national championship. Do I think they will do it? Absolutely, I do think they're going to do it. First of all, I want to see history. Hello, I'm a viewer. Make something sexy happen on the TV. Second of all, this team has been dominant throughout the entire season. Through their 31 games, they've won 24 by double digits. So that means in 7 games, they were tested. It was single-digit games. So they've gone through those tough times. They've prevailed. I think that the Kentucky Wildcats are simply too big. They got 2 goons down on the paint, B. 2 7-footers. Karl-Anthony Towns and my man Willie Cauley-Stein. They're goons in the paint. Broad shoulders, sharp elbows. Nobody can outbang them in college basketball right now. Other than, of course, your boy, Mr. Alejandro, but that's a different topic. And the only way I can see a team defeating the Kentucky Wildcats, honestly, you gotta get wet, B. You gotta be automatic. You gotta have the strap. You gotta have that ratchet. You gotta gun them to death. You gotta hit 3-point shots, B. A barrage of 3-pointers. Remember, it's a single elimination game, so you don't need to beat these guys in a 7-game series. You get hot, you beat them in one night, it's a wrap. They're out of the tournament, and you have a chance to continue and play against other teams. Because remember, matchups are a big thing. You don't have to be the better team, but if you just match up better against a team, you got it, you feel me? Nonetheless, I don't think a team is going to get hot against the Wildcats. I hope a team does and puts the pressure on the Wildcats. I want to see the Wildcats prevail in the end because I want to see history. But if it doesn't happen, hey, that's on them. They should have been nice, you feel me? There you have it, folks. Mr. Alejandro's tough topics in the Tell 'em Zone. I truly believe future Hall of Fame head coach John Calipari has the Kentucky Wildcats prepared. I like what he's been preaching to his team all season long. Team continuity, camaraderie, play for one another. Don't be selfish. Don't worry about your NBA draft stock. Everything will be taken care of as long as you play as a unit. And I truly do believe this team is ready to go undefeated. Do you think the Wildcats will win a national championship this season? And if not, who do you think will win a national championship this season? And why? Tell them in the comments.
Tell him.
Tonight's red polka dot bow tie is brought to you by Tommy Hilfiger. Looking nice and red, looking like a smoothie. I look flyer than Tommy from the Power Rangers movie.
Let's do it, guys. Right. It's morphin' time.
Tune in for more sports, cars, video game, fitness, and all that. Follow at Em Alejandro to hear my immediate reaction to live sports events, or if you want to hear me cover a certain team or topic, tell them outro music. Yeah, I love my music. I like this part of the season because I get to see the upcoming prospects entering the NBA draft. I got my eyes on D'Angelo Russell. Obviously, I got my eyes on Jahlil Okafor. He's been slurped up all season crazy by ESPN. So y'all better not disappoint. I see y'all. Let's get it. Elbow drop. Woo! T-E-A. Woo! T-E-A. 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 March Madness.